Silence! Aspetta perché non mi ricordo neanche dove... Hello Vogue, this is Francesco Risso, we're in Milan, and this is my nest. Today I'm very happy to show you a bit around. We are in one of the oldest streets of Milan, and this is a very particular building that was built in the middle of the 18th century. Some rooms I repainted at least 7 times. This living room, actually. This is the living room, and the first object I'm gonna show you today is here. So this very strange cement vase that I made with a very dear friend, a great scenographer, Mario Torre. One day we just thought, oh, let's dip some sunflowers in cement, and then we dipped the old vase in cement. It's a very heavy vase. Sometimes I just get scared that it might break my table in two, but it has become a very strange and powerful object. When I have friends at the house, nobody can see each other. They just want to hide behind it. Nobody can actually see themselves. But it's finally at the end of the night when somebody had a few drinks, it becomes literally like a very powerful totem when everybody dances around it. So, this is one of my favorite objects, actually probably the favorite object. These are hands by Flaminia Veronesi. She paints hands all the time. For her, hands have a secret about humanity. For me, I'm symbolically very attached, as it actually is very connected with the way I work, with the way I like to do things, which is absolutely through the use of the hand. And that actually makes me very emotional. And now we're gonna go and see the dining room, or what I prefer to call the music room. And this is my cello. I do play in the mornings or in the late evenings, which is not very good for my neighbors, but I'm learning and I'm learning. It is to me a gate to another world. And it's a completely different approach of reading and of learning a different kind of language. It's a very delicate instrument, and I just love how music opens your mind in a different way. I just wish I could do it more. I'm not gonna perform it right now, but maybe in a few years. This little book, it's very dear to me. It's called Groupies and Other Girls. I'm not just attached to this book itself. My dear friend, Ileana, and collaborator, she turned it into a card for me for my birthday. She wrote, "I wish you that." She painted it all. "In the paths you will walk upon, may they always be filled with endless love." Apart from being a beautiful hand-painted card, it's a very strange book that tells stories about groupies in the 70s following rock stars. Maybe that's what I actually would love to do if I wasn't a fashion designer. Enough with the groupies. I'm gonna take you into another room to show you something that I'm really proud of. I had a lot of fun painting all my curtains of the house during the months of lockdown. There's no piece of fabric here that it's not been painted. And it's about lines and freehand. Sometimes you just need to use a ruler, and it's actually quite fun. I do treasure that moment as a very intimate moment to rebuild creativity. A nice connection also towards my team, where we started doing these calls and everyone was actually making something in their house with their curtains, with their things. During that period, I also had time to take care of one of my favorite things in our planet, which is plants. You might have noticed I love plants. These creatures, I bought them and I didn't know where to put them, and then now they're just hanging from the roof. I feel a profound sense of calm with green around me, so the more I could get, the more I would put it in the house. They're very unforgiving plants. They're not normal plants. They do need water, but in a very specific and controlled way. I love lettuce when grow and grow and grow until it becomes a tablecloth. And then my mom gets here to visit me and she cuts it. I do forget to water them sometimes, but they tell you, so it's fine. This is by Nanda Vigo that I found through a design dealer that found it in her basement. Her basement was designed completely slanted like this panel, and with all these like yellow and black stripes running through, which is quite harsh and surreal somehow. She's probably one of my favorite designers that worked around the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I do hang my notes normally there, but for now there's just a picture of my mom. This is where I like to gather my thoughts, in this little corner. Sometimes I draw here. For instance, there are some drawings of the last show set, which actually started from here. I wanted it to be a symbolic volcano, and at the beginning I thought, oh, how nice it would have been to recuperate all this soil. But then we just discovered that it would have been like at least like 60 days of bringing soil to the space, so it became a symbolic volcano. But this is exactly where I like to, to have calm thoughts after the office or before the office. Since I was a kid, I was extremely attracted by painting and colors and words, but also owning artist paintings. So now I'm gonna show you something quite special to me. This painting is the first painting I bought when I was able to afford to buy one. It's by Kiki Smith. I love her work as it talks about gender and fertility and so much about ethnicity, and it's a very powerful group of kitty cats and a cat. The more you look at it, the more you notice the random details of the little kitty cats being there. It's very sweet, but yet also quite scary, I must say. But I guess I'm tired now, and I will go to sleep. I get very shy about this room as it's filled with horses and it's quite childish. Definitely not the erotic dream someone would think about, but it's very calming. It was interesting to design these pieces as they are completely raw. The stripes are mounted with each other. I love the chicness and the raw of it all. It's interesting to dive into the intimacy of an object, the intimacy of a bedroom, the idea of dressing and undressing, objects that are actually very private. They can become objects for the life of every day. And I hope you really enjoyed this tour. But I must say, and forgive me, but now I really have to go to sleep.